Hey, this is Notser, and we are in the Tier 8 Japanese battleship Amagi. It has 10 410mm guns, 32 secondary guns, 60 AA defense rating, a surface detect of 15.1 kilometers top speed, 30 knots, total health 66,300. For my modules, reduce crit chance on main armament, improved aiming accuracy, reduce the chance of flood and fire, faster rudder shift, concealment. For my commander, situation awareness, basic survivability, and faster turret traverse. We're on the map Estuary, and this is a requested ship from a viewer. Hey, show off the Amagi, and I'm like, okay, fine, cool. I really enjoy the ship. I actually own her. Whenever they did the half off or whatever in the Japanese battleship line, I bought back a ton of them. And I know, Izumo, York. We got to touch on the Königsberg, of course, a couple other ships, Mutsuki, yes. But first, I would like to complete the mission requirement for kills on my main account so I can get access to that Tier 2, Tier 3 Japanese battleship, Mikasa. It has been the first opportunity for a North American player to earn the ship, outside of some crazy contest. The ship has never been available for purchase on the North American realm. So I was really excited to accomplish this set of missions. We're on the last one, and I've been doing it with high tier stuff. I have a obligation to the channel to show off. I just can't go down to tier 1 and play. I know there have been people, hey, why don't you have a tier 2 or a tier 3? You know, I could do that, but the games are so short and so simplistic that I probably would have to do 3, 4, or 5 ships together in one little video, and we fire on an enemy battleship. I believe that was in North Carolina, and we get 1 citadel. Don't know how much, well, we know how much damage we did, Notser. I keep forgetting. 12,000 points of damage. That's not bad at all. And I'm reloading, ready to fire on this enemy Tirpitz. Now, I see the warning, and I just thought I had more time. So, yes, we're going to pull a Notser right in front of the enemy, but our aim should be good. If you notice, I'm going to be bouncing that stopwatch. It's a little tiny icon. It's just left of the crosshair in the center. It's just right of the time to target. And if you notice, it's going to blink or expand and contract whenever you're somewhat close to the target. Now, I'm holding my fire right now because I'm not stupid. Whenever you pull a Notser, you would prefer that you're invisible in more ways than one. This is honestly me just being greedy. I did not want to change my direction. I did not want to rotate my guns. I wanted to do damage to the Tirpitz. And we did pretty good damage. What, 13,000? No citadel. Not that I would really expect one against the Tirpitz. And I think that will be their style. They just don't take the citadel damage that other battleships tend to do. Now, they're just a little bit bigger, a little bit bulkier, and that's their weakness. So, as we're moving forward, we're clearly spotted by this enemy destroyer. The enemy battleship is firing HE at us, and we know immediately, thanks to the changes in the coloration. I engage the enemy Mahan, and I do 4K, which is good. That's pretty good. We hit, what, 2 shells? 1 overpins, 1 regular pin. It should be easy for my teammates to follow up and take him out. And I try one last shot, but it doesn't really matter. The guy's dead. There's nothing left there. Again, the enemy Tirpitz is firing HE. I don't know if he realizes that. I tried to drop the speed real quick to have it overshoot. It sort of does that. He sets us on fire. There's the enemy North Carolina that we did damage to, Dallas. And I'm setting up again. Now you see sort of how the stopwatch is blinking and expanding right now as I'm just wiggling. I'm looking for that perfect position to do damage to him. Now the first front salvo doesn't really do anything. The back salvo, we'll see. I put out the fire. I felt like I'm not going to engage the enemy that often. And yeah, the back did pretty good. 18,000 points of damage. Again, poor Dallas. He has taken, what, 30,000? Combined between the 2 citadels and the other shells that made contact. Front guns ready to go, and we continue the process. He's just sailing lazy. That's all I can really describe it as, and that's not as good. Couple ricochets, couple overpin. He's angling against it. It's not going to be as effective. Estuary is interesting because there's just so much island coverage it's pretty straightforward for a target to be sneaky and to fire over the island, do damage to the target, not really revealed. I'm revealed obviously by aircraft, but nobody can engage me. I can only engage one target at a time. I'm pretty protected. I'm on my own terms, and that's the way I like it, and that's the way you should like it too. I spot Captain Hans Yolo in the New Orleans, and I want him to be flat and broad. He was flat and broad when I was engaging a target more to the east, and as I'm rounding the island, getting a nice lead on the target, you can see the stopwatch is blinking. I found a good spot, and I felt good about the shot, and yes indeed, it was a well-placed shot. 2 Citadels, devastating strike, 100-0. In a blink of an eye, he's gone. And that's the case for cruisers. The game's very scary. I would say that battleships are probably the strongest class right now, especially as our aiming improves. You know, this technique, it does feel like it is working as I described it in my last video. The little stopwatch will expand and contract when it feels like it's on target, and it's real-time adjusting for the speed of the ship. So the lead that I would normally have for a full-speed New Mexico, 1-to-1, really might not work out if he's turning or he's slowing down, and we do 13,000. Now that was really good damage, no Citadel, but we can do better. I'm thinking, 32,500 more damage in a salvo. I think that would be just in line with my goal, at least. I'm rearming my shells. The Indianapolis is showing almost a perfect broadside. Almost a perfect broadside. Just a little bit edged in. He actually is reacting to the friendly destroyers engaging him, and I'm saying, oh, come on, don't touch him, don't touch him. He's my kill. Leave him alone. You've already taken off 2,000, and obviously I want them to succeed just as much as I do. I really want a Citadel on this guy. At least 1. 2, I'm not picky. I just want 1. Maybe 2. The shells are falling just a little bit behind. Yep. We didn't lead him as much. We were just maybe a tick or 2 off. 5K is still really good. 5,000 points of damage is nothing to sneeze at. But, I mean, come on. When you one-shot a New Orleans just 30, 45 seconds earlier, your eyes get bigger. You're going, oh man, 200,000, 300,000. It's all possible. Don't touch them. Don't do a single point of damage against them. Obviously, it's not realistic. Every battleship captain has these delusions of grandeur. When they have a really good first salvo, second salvo, third salvo, it really adds up very quickly. And we have another target showing a perfect broadside. The Indianapolis is behind an island. He's not really an ideal target. I'm going to try against the enemy New Mexico. It looks good going there. It is indeed good. 30,000 points of damage. I enjoy that very much so. That's exactly what we wanted to see on the Indianapolis. The 30,000 points of damage was an accurate prediction, Notser. It was just 1 salvo too early. Yes, I agree completely. And we were looking for another target. The Indianapolis is hidden behind the island and angled, not ideal. But you know what is ideal? When a aircraft carrier is visible and showing a perfect broadside, we fire AP again. And we're going to see how well this does. He's rocking the bedazzle camouflage, and we do 20,000 points of damage. Earned Confederate and high caliber with that shot. It felt pretty good going in. And boy, has it been a great game. I just can't see myself getting better opportunities to do a lot of damage. And oh no, it's a Cyclone that's inbound. I don't want to see this. I'm doing my work at near max range. 8 kilometers is just not going to cut it. And I'm pretty overextended on this side. The team is doing great on the eastern side of the map. But I do 4K, not knocking the target out. He sends torpedo bombers. I decide, play cautiously, play conservatively. You've been doing great so far, Notser. We need to get more, though. And the only way to get more is to stay alive. So I angle my stern against that enemy torpedo bomber, set it as my primary. Always set a manual target. Even if you're not using manual AA, it increases the damage you do to the target by, I think, 10 or 20%. Just straight up. It's to encourage you to play the game in a certain manner where you're actively playing all phases, not just firing your gun. And we do 3K, we don't get the Citadel, friendlies are trying to take him out, I need to kill him. The vision game is gonna interrupt very shortly, and the torpedoes are in the water, so I'm just maneuvering. You know, if I take one, I take one, but we gotta kill the target. That's all I really care about. We did take a dive bomb and got pretty close to that torpedo. We take out the aircraft carrier, another enemy ship dies, and we're pretty healthy. I'm gonna use my damage control. I'm not gonna be attacked anymore by the aircraft carrier because we obviously just took him out. And we're doing pretty good. At this point in the game, 164,000 points of damage. Most of the targets were pretty broadside, Notser. That's pretty easy. They're pretty bad. That would be a short-sighted view of the situation. A lot of World of Warships is flanking. Can you force a target to show their side at a particular section to avoid either torpedoes, or maybe they're going to open up and take damage from you, right? You have to pick your poison a lot of times. And you have to be ready to exploit that, and I was ready to exploit every single opportunity that was given to me. As we head out to the eastern side of the map, I'm going to talk about the stopwatch icon. I read the comments. What are you talking about, Notser? That's the stopwatch icon. It's just to the right of the time to target. All of this information is available through the Alt button, or you can have it on all the time by going into the settings controls and turning on alternative information. You really should have this on. It just completely changes the way you play the game, and I have made extensive use of it for a really long time. It's in the aiming video, and it's extensively used to improve your win-loss, your accuracy, whatever. It will make you a better player with that information. Now, the stopwatch. It's just an icon, Notser. It's not moving at all. It might be flickering a little bit, but that's because you're moving your cursor. No, this is not what it looks like when you have a target selected. I was making extensive use of the icon information and my aiming technique during this game. Go back and watch if you really want to see the icon and exactly what it's doing. But basically, it's going to expand and contract when you are getting close to the target's true aim, where you need to keep the cursor or the crosshair on target with enough lead in order to hit them. Now, some of you might be going, Notser, you're just confirming some weird artifact. I thought that. No way. No way there would be something that I just discovered after someone mentioned, oh, did you notice that the stopwatch is sort of blinking? I would have never guessed that this worked like this. So this is after extensive playthrough, and you can the proof is in the pudding, right? This game was 100% making use of not only my aiming technique, but also the stopwatch confirming the location. Some of the targets and some of the lead was not appropriate for the normal lead you would give to a cruiser or a battleship or an aircraft carrier, but because I could confirm, okay, he's not going full speed, he's coming out of a turn, with the stopwatch icon, along with the normal 1.5 times the speed to the target if it's a cruiser, time to target, sorry, it works fantastic. It really does give you just one extra element to confirm if you're really on target. The enemy ship can still maneuver, completely throw it off. This is not some aiming hack. It's not very precise. It basically blinks on and off as you move up and down where the ship is going to be. And it's not going to show you precisely where to aim for a Citadel, for instance. It's purely just telling you, you're hitting the ship, you're hitting the ship. This should be a hit on the ship if you maintain the lead that you've already given into your crosshair. And we never got a chance to engage the target, unfortunately. But the game was pretty good, I'd say. We earned Confederate, 2 devastating strikes, high caliber, 3 kills, 164,000 points of damage, 2,130 base XP. All the damage we did was AP, and it felt really powerful in the moment. I really enjoyed this game. Hopefully you did too. Hopefully you learned from the stopwatch. Hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.